That'd be not very cool.
No, it
cash
would
money.
not. We might have to end the Let's Play.
That's where we cross the line.
Yeah. It has begun to snow by the time they pass Utsunomiya on the Tohoku Expressway.
I hope these roads aren't snowed out.
Koji says. In the passenger seats, Fuminori is gazing out of the frosted window in silence. He's been in this trance-like state for almost an hour now. Taking advantage of his inattention, Koji stares unabashedly at Fuminori from the corner of his eye. He still doesn't understand the danger signals that he's been getting from the man. Fuminori has stopped avoiding Koji, and he's even looking him in the eye when he talks. So why does he seem even more distant now than he did when he was trying to push his friends away? Fuminori's posture is noticeably relaxed, but his gaze never wavers, not even for a moment. It's as though he is focused on a clearly defined future that he has chosen to bring about, one that has no place for the needs or wants of others. Right now, Fuminori is complete. Koji cannot help but feel that beneath his bland exterior is a core of solid steel that no one can touch.
About Omi.
Koji says suddenly, trying to gauge Fuminori's reaction.
It's been a week since she disappeared, but we still haven't heard from her.
So? Oh? Fuminori replies curtly, still staring into the distance. That's not good. I wonder what happened to her. Fuminori's tone is completely emotionless. Koji might as well have asked him about the weather or the condition of the mountain roads near their destination.
I asked you this before, but you're sure you don't have any idea what happened to her?
Not a clue. Fuminori answers in exactly the same tone that he used when Koji first questioned him following Omi's disappearance. Koji's eyes narrow.
It's like you don't give a damn.
That's not true.
Fuminori doesn't give a damn.
Finally, Fuminori shows some emotion. He sounds hurt, like he can't believe Koji could think such a thing, but he still doesn't give a fuck. She disappeared on the way to my place, didn't she? Of course I'm worried.
No.
Sudden frustration wells up inside Koji. If possible, he'd like nothing more than beat the secrets out of Fuminori's head. Koji is worried sick about Omi. To have his concern burst off so coldly would be unbearable coming from a complete stranger, but from Fuminori, who was his best friend, Fuminori never used to be this callous. Even if Koji tries to interrogate him, he'd probably never find out what changed him so. If Fuminori was still just hiding inside the shell he'd erected around himself after the accident, Koji might have been able to get some answers out of him. With this sly, evasive Fuminori, however, there's nothing Koji can do. Fuminori will never reveal his true intentions, not to anyone. All that's left, then, is for Koji to discover the truth on his own.
Omi was going to talk to you about the Tokutsuba, you know?
Oh? Fuminori smiles bitterly at the mention of Tsukuba's name, perhaps feeling sympathy for her pain. To Koji, however, it seems like pity, the sort one directs at an act or a worm.
An ant.
I wouldn't know what to say. To be honest, it's been hard to talk to her after what happened. Unbelievable. If Fuminori's feelings for Yo were really this cold, then he would have rejected her when she first confessed to him. But he didn't. Or at least, the Fuminori before the accident didn't. Once again, Koji can't help but wonder if this man who looks like his friend is really a different person who only possesses the memories of Sakisaka Fuminori. The snow has stopped falling. When they get off the West Nasu Flats interchange, this area must already be getting a lot of snow. However, as the nearby mountains are covered in white beneath the trees. By the time they turn off the highway and enter the mountains, road conditions are already bad enough for Koji to regret having forgotten tire chains. Nevertheless, he continues to power his car up the precarious slopes with only a road map to guide him. In places like this, an address isn't enough to pinpoint a location. His only choice is to drive down every road, including private roads that aren't even on the map, while searching for something that matches the photograph.
本当にこんな場所に別荘なんてあるのか
Who would buy a home in a place like this? Oh fuck, sorry Ronnie.
Yeah, how dare you?
I'm sorry.
Who would buy a home in a place like this? There you go.
Yeah, you like that? You like that satisfaction? Bitch.
Alright, I'm disliking your video.
No!
人目につかないところだからこそ大貝教授は気に入ったはずなんだ
It's far from prying eyes. That must be why Dr. Ogai chose it. The more he hears about Ogai, the less Koji wants to meet him. Fuminori is the one who spots a narrow road half hidden in the trees. It's practically an animal trail, overgrown with weeds that are tall and strong enough to withstand the weight of the snow.
これ本当に道か
Is that really a road?
Koji stops the car and sticks his head out of the window to stare into the dark forest, but he can't see where the path leads through the tightly packed trees.
写真だとどう見える
How does it look to you? Fuminori hands Koji the photo, which he compares to the mountain ridges visible beyond the
な
trees.
るほどなアングルは間違いない
Yeah, it's definitely the right angle.
行ってみよ
Let's check it out.
Urgh.
The fuck was that?
Excuse me, I thought it would cancel out, but it didn't.
Fuminori's tone is as flat as always, but there's a quiet intensity in his voice that leaves no room for argument. Although Koji is worried that his car's suspension won't be able to handle the terrain, there's no turning back now. He shifts into second gear and starts down the frozen road. The sun sets early at high altitudes. As the car creeps up the mountain path, Koji catches glimpses through the trees of the gradually darkening sky. The forest is completely still, with no sound. What the fuck? The forest is completely still, with no sound save for the rumble of the car's engine and the crackle of snow and brush beneath its tires. Fuminori is once again staring silently through the front window. In the ominous silence, Koji feels the same faint chill that he felt when standing before Ogai's suburban home. It feels wrong, so he is traveling deeper and deeper into a world not his own. After some time, a blocky shape suddenly appears amid the trees, standing out against the twilight sky. Oh! Oh!
Oh, I'll do it too.
Duh!
Oh.
Koji turns off the engine and compares the structure in front of him to the picture in his hand. A perfect match. Before he can tell Fuminori, however, his friend is already out of the car.
Oi!
Oi.
Realizing that it's pointless to call out to him, Koji shakes his head, grabs a flashlight from the glove compartment, and follows Fuminori across the snow-covered yard. The photo must not have been taken recently, as the old, run-down cabin...
Oh, fuck. Uh-huh.
I'm yawning, bitch.
Yeah, I can tell.
The photo must not have been taken recently, as the old, run-down cabin before them has clearly been left to the mercy of the elements for some time. Damn.
Damn, what the fuck?
The front door appears to be locked, but Fuminori kicks it down without a second thought. Koji just watches, knowing that nothing he could say now would matter. What the fuck? What am I looking at?
Cool. Yeah.
What
It's
am
like
I
a witch.
looking at?
Queen of Blades.
What the fuck? All the windows are shut with heavy curtains, and the gloom inside is thick and stifling. Fuminori turns on his own flashlight and starts rummaging through the cabin without regard for its owner's privacy. Koji is reluctant to do the same, but it is obvious that this mountain retreat has been abandoned for a long time. Just like the house in Tokyo, there's no point in being considerate now. He goes to search a different room. Soon after entering the cabin, however, he realizes that their search is meaningless. There's nothing inside but the bare necessities of life. The rooms are even completely empty, save for a thick layer of dust on the floor. Of what pieces of furniture are present, more than half appear to have never been used. There's an empty chest of drawers without a single scratch or handprint, but bearing the telltale signs of mold and moisture damage. The condition of the cabin is eerie, though in a different way than a filthiness of the house in the city. It's like someone put together a mock-up of a home and then left it to decay. The only sign that anyone lived here are found in the toilet, the bath, the kitchen, and the bedroom. Damn, somebody dropped a chud.
Yeah, there's an 8-inch fucking dookie in here.
It appears that the cabin was never used for anything but eating and sleeping.
He's a simple man.
Guess so. Beneath the darkened sky, the snow itself seems to glow with a cold, white light. The scene is like something out of a fairy tale, but to Koji it serves only as an unpleasant reminder that he has stepped outside of the reality that he knows. Next to the front porch is a plain wooden door half buried in the ground. It's locked, of course, but Koji sees no reason for restraint after what Fuminori did to the front door. The door offers surprisingly little resistance to Koji's heavy kick, breaking open to reveal a set of concrete stairs leading down into a pitch-black basement.
Oh, so we fucking up doors now.
I know. Vandalism? I think so. There you go, Ronnie. Get into the character. Be immersive.
Not physically, but yeah.
What?
You said get into the character.
No. Koji would prefer to leave such a forbidding place to Fuminori, but it's not like he can just ask him to take his place. He descends into the chilly darkness, the beam of his flashlight leading the way. There turns out to be nothing in the basement but a storage room and a boiler. Exactly what one would expect to find in an isolated mountain cabin. A few packages of preserved food sitting on the shelves have long since passed their expiration dates, and the boiler doesn't appear to have been used in years. Koji guesses that Ogai's mountain home has been abandoned longer than the house in Tokyo. Was Fuminori simply mistaken when he said that Ogai might be here? Or was he lying from the beginning? Not sure what to do next, Koji goes back up the stairs and walks around the outside of the cabin. And there he finds the backyard. It's in much worse condition than the front yard, having been mostly reclaimed by the forest. It must have been neglected even when the cabin was still in use. The remnants of a woodshed lie in the yard, the mushrooms growing on it speaking to how much time has passed since its collapse. Next to the rotten logs, however, stands a circle of stone that has not yet succumbed to the elements. A well. The well has Huh?
That's a fucking trip hazard. Look how tiny that well is.
I know, fucking tripping it fall. Bye.
3 bricks high. No, that's not a well. That's a death.
That's a death trap. The well has no bucket or pulley, and when Koji peers carefully into it, he sees that the water is no longer flowing. It's probably less than 10 meters deep, depending on how much mud is piled up inside. Koji's search of the cabin has revealed nothing of interest, inside or out. Oh. I pressed the scroll wheel on accident. Leaning against the edge of the well, Koji wonders why Ogai bought this remote home deep in the forest, and what he was doing here. As far as Koji can tell, there's no sign that more than one person ever stayed here. It's far from prying eyes. Fuminori's words play back in Koji's head. Could this have been some sort of secret refuge, a place to remain hidden from the world? That would explain why there's nothing to suggest that whoever lived here did anything more than eat and sleep. Koji suddenly remembers the doctor he met yesterday at T University. Maybe she knows something. He takes out his phone and calls out the number. There's a barely a signal, but it manages to get through.
電話サービスセンターに接続します。
Could
電話に出ることができません。発信音の後にお名前、電話番号とメッセージを録音してください。
Koji's hopes are soon dashed, however, when his call goes straight to Dr. Tambo's voicemail. He considers calling back later, but realizes that it would be hard to talk to her with Fuminori around. Fuminori would not at all be pleased to learn that Koji and Yo went to see his doctor. Koji decides that he'd better tell the doctor when he can while he's still alone.
どうも、殿浩二です。昨日はお世話になりました。
Hello. Sorry. Hello, this is Tonho Koji.
To know.
Thank you for your help yesterday. What?
Tono? I think it's Tono or Tono.
Tono Koji.
Koji leaves a clear and concise message explaining that he went with Fuminori to Ogai's mountain retreat, giving the address, and asking for confirmation that the property belongs to Ogai.
東京に戻ったら、またこちらから連絡します。では。
I'll call again when I get back to Tokyo. Goodbye.
After hanging up, Koji thinks back to their visit to the hospital. Is Dr. Tambo actually investigating like she said she would? A reluctance to speak of Dr. Ogai is weighing on his mind. He talked to Yo about it on the way home, but they were unable to decide whether the doctor could really be trusted. Speaking of which, how is Yo doing? Koji hasn't seen her today. He didn't say a word to her about his trip to Tochi. She might be worried, especially so soon after Omi's disappearance.
Boy, do I have news for you.
Oh god, no, I already forgot it. Thinking to check up on her, Koji dials Yo's number and is surprised when it rings longer than it usually does. Did she forget her phone somewhere? Just as he's about to give up, the call connects.
She's busy, little bro.
First thing Koji hears is a strange sound. It's not signal interference, but some kind of wet, distorted noise. Like the voiceless groans or perhaps sobs of someone far away. Oh god.
Oh, it's happening.
I think you know what's happening.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly what they are. The person on the other side is crying.
つくば。つくばなのか。
Kuba, is that you?
Who's there? There's a response, but is it really Tsukuba's voice? It's too twisted with agony for Koji to tell. Panic surges through Koji as he realizes that something is terribly wrong.
浩二だ。殿浩二だよ。つくばなのか。今どこなんだ。
Koji! Tono Koji! Is that you, Tsukuba? Where are you?
After a short period of nothing but pained moans, words start coming through the speakers one by one, as though each takes on an act of will. I was attacked by a monster, and now... Oh god. Dude, you know what'd be fucking wild?
They took her tits.
As she gets pregnant.
Oh my god. That'd be not very cool.
No,
Not
it would not. We might have to end the Let's Play.
That's where we cross the line.
Yeah. There's something wrong with my body.
何があった。おい、つくば。大丈夫か。
What happened? Are you alright?
Yo must be delirious because Koji can't understand a thing she's saying. Her gasp and wheezes, however, are enough to tell him that she's in unimaginable pain. I'm rotting away. My skin is melting. My ear just came off. It's not making any sense. Koji feels despair seize his heart in an iron grip. What is happening to Yo now, 100 kilometers away? Only her voice gives any hint of what she's going through. There's nothing he can do for her. Help me, Koji. This... This isn't how my fingers are supposed to look.
つくば、警察を呼べ。助けを呼ぶんだ。
Call the cops. Tsuba. Call for help.
I be in my girl's ear like No, I can't let anyone see me like this. Yo suddenly breaks into a violent hacking cough as though trying to expel something filling her throat.
つくば。
Tsuba!
Koji screams into the phone, his reason overwhelmed by unimaginable horror. Which is why he's unable to react when the phone is suddenly knocked from his hand, and also why he didn't notice Fuminori sneaking up on him until it was too late.
Oh my god. What?
Fuminori seizes Koji's lower jaw with his right hand, cutting off Koji's angry shout. Koji can hardly believe the strength of the smaller man's grip. His biggest mistake was leaning back against the well. There's nothing to grab onto as Fuminori pushes him backward over the edge. He can only flail his arms vainly against the air. Damn!
Stupid bastard.
I got your ass, Ronnie.
You can't have shit, bruh.
You've been taking L's all Let's Play, dude.
I'll have you know. What's her name? The girl that we were just talking about?
Saya? Oh no, Yo.
Yo? Yeah, that's a W. That's a singular W.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
You only like it because you're the one who was doing it, huh?
Yeah.
Did you bark at me?
Yeah, I did.
Koji soon loses his balance entirely. He feels a terrifyingly weightlessness as the world spins before his eyes. Before he can realize what has happened, his back strikes something with tremendous force. He thrashes wildly as cold, dirty water fills his mouth and freezes him to the core. Only when his fingers find the wall of the well is he able to regain his sense of direction and right himself. On his hands and knees in the mud, Koji vomits filthy water out of his lungs.
Fuminori.
He tries to shout, but it comes out as a hoarse groan, distorted by the echo in the cramped space. Fuminori's laughter, on the other hand, is as clear as a bell.
電話中に邪魔して悪かったね。ほら、返すよ。
Sorry for returning your call, he says scornfully. Here, I'll return this to you. Fuminori tosses Koji's phone into the well. Koji catches it before it hits him in the face, but finds that the battery pack has been removed, rendering it useless.
何のつもりだ、貴様。
The hell are you doing?
This is no joke. It's a miracle that Koji is uninjured. He can easily have broken his neck. It's just because he's not hurt doesn't mean that he's safe. Koji feels around the inside of the well, searching for something to hold on to, but the mud-covered stone offers no perchance. Perchance! There we go!
Perchance! We fucking said the word!
Yeah!
Word of the day!
It's obvious that he won't be able to get out without help.
落ちた拍子に死んでれば、まだ苦しまずに済んだろう。コウジ、君って本当に運がないんだね。
Too bad the fall didn't kill you. Now you had to freeze to death. You really have no luck, Koji.
お前、おい、まさか。
You can't be serious!
Koji starts to say, but trails off as the pieces finally come together in his head. Today's sudden change of Fuminori's attitude, that smile that always seemed somehow malevolent. Fuminori had been smiling at Koji, but at the thought of his friend's death.
どうして。
Why?
Can't wrap his head around this turn of events. Why would Fuminori try to kill him? True, Fuminori had wanted Koji to stay out of his business, but is that really a motive for
別
murder?
段今すぐ殺す必要なんてなかったんだけどね。もしかしたらお前は僕の邪魔をするようになりやすくもしれないし。
It's not that I needed you dead right now, exactly, but you might have become trouble later on.
せっかく人目につかないところまで出かけるんならついでにと思ってさ。
So I figured I might as well take advantage of this remote location too. Well,
ついでにってお前そんな理由で俺を
Might as well. You're doing this on a whim?
look at your bitch ass. Look at you.
Goku!
お前死ぬのに理由が欲しいのか。
Do you really need a reason to die? Fuminori replies coldly. He sounds truly amazed that Koji would ask such a
何
thing.
様のつもりだコージ。人は何の理由もなく死ぬんだよ。僕の両親がそうだったし、僕も危うくそうなりかけた。
Bruh, it's like 3 p.m.
Shut
for you right now.
up.
What the fuck are you yawning for?
What makes you so special, Koji? People die for no reason at all. My parents did, and I almost followed them.
むちゃくちゃだ
You're crazy!
そんなに理由が欲しいなら、一人でじっくり考えない。そこでなら、時間はたっぷりあるだろ。
Fuck you, you're crazy.
Damn, you got me.
Come up with your own reason. Why don't you? You have plenty of time down there. Fuminori disappears from view, leaving Koji alone in the darkness with nothing to connect him to the outside world.
文則おい文則
Fuminori! Hey! Fuminori!
Koji shouts at the top of his lungs, knowing beyond a doubt that if Fuminori leaves, all hope of rescue will vanish with him. No one will ever hear him calling for help from the bottom of this mountain well.
筑波が大変なんだおい文則聞いてくれここから出してくれ
It's Tsukuba! She's in trouble! Hey, Fuminori! Listen! Get me out of here!
In his desperation, Koji no longer comprehends the futility of begging for mercy. No god or devil will answer him. His only hope is that Fuminori will have a change of heart. Praying for a miracle, he keeps calling Fuminori's name. Eventually the sky grows as dark as the bottom of the well. Koji can no longer make it out the edge of the opening. He has long since lost track of how many hours he has been screaming. Nevertheless, he continues to scream, for he knows that the despair silence brings will kill. What? Nevertheless, he continues to scream, for he knows that the despair silence brings will kill him. Weird ass sentence.